Hello and welcome. My name is Johannes Fisslinger from the Meta Health University. Thank you for clicking the link and watching this video. Now, my motivation for recording these kinds of videos is because I have such a passion for transforming healthcare, to helping the millions of people around the world to live better lives, to live better quality lives. Not just individually, but as families, the families and the social societies around us, because in Meta Health we see it every day, that you cannot separate our body, our mind and the environment we live in. So today, first of all, before I start to show you a technique that is really powerful, I want to remind you there is a webinar coming up, a free webinar, where we're gonna go through the complete Meta Health analysis process. So basically, how you can find very quickly the root cause of symptoms. So sign up, there's a link in this email, or on the site there's a link where you can sign up, and please join us. It's a free webinar and you're gonna learn so much. And you can ask your specific questions, and you could be even a client. So just watch out after the sign up for the registration email with more instructions. Now, let me ask you something. When you experience a symptom yourself, what are your first thoughts? What are you thinking? How do you feel? Are you frustrated that you have a symptom? Are you even fearful or really afraid? My God, what if this is something major, and I don't know why I have it, Usually all these questions come up in our minds, and we call these our health beliefs, right? Meaning when we experience symptoms in our body, emotional symptoms, thoughts, or even social surroundings, social symptoms or situations, then based on what we believe to be true, that's how we take action. Now, Meta Health changes all that, because we kind of rewire our thinking in terms of what symptoms are, what the connection is between our body, our mind, and our environment, and even more specific, the connection between specific symptoms we experience, specific emotions that are attached to it, specific thoughts that we think when that symptom happens, certain beliefs that go through our heads like a tape player, right? Always the same thing comes back. I'm not good enough. I'm fearful. And certain social situations that are all connected with a very specific organ tissue. And that's the beauty. Our body is so incredibly intelligent, and once we integrate that, once we intellectually know it, but not just intellectually know it, but integrate it into our own lives, whenever we experience symptoms, we feel so much more confident. We feel so much more, this is happening. We transform fear into awareness, and in a state of awareness, we can make choices. We have a much more free choices that we can, we have a variety of choices, and usually we take the right choices because we're not driven by fear or any other automated beliefs that we think is correct. So let me go a little deeper and give you a little exercise that you can do right now. So, for example, just think about a symptom that you have right now. What is it? Pick one symptom, not like, I'm tired or something like that. Be a bit more specific. For example, I have back pain on the right side, or I have shoulder pain on the right side, or my stomach, lower stomach is very tense, or pick something specific. Now, this is just one simple technique, but it is very powerful if we let it happen. So you might want to close your eyes and feel that symptom. Really dive into it. Dive into that symptom. Feel it. You might deepen your breath and really feel that symptom in your body. And then ask yourself, what's the emotion that is connected to that symptom? First thing that comes up. Write that down. Write that down, because our body is so intelligent and actually it wants to provide us that information to heal itself. Because remember, from a mental health perspective, our body is a constant healing machine, you could call it. Or it's a constant healing response that is happening all the time, adjusting to the life situations that we experience, trying to help us actually deal with life situations. And so when we push emotions down, and emotion, by the way, if you look at that worksheet, emotion is just one aspect of our beingness, you know. And in the full mental health analysis and in the webinar, we're going to go through the whole structure, because the emotions are usually connected to very specific thoughts, beliefs, social situations, and we have a very specific organ tissue reaction, right, where the organ tissue might react with a different symptom in the stress phase and a completely different symptom in the regeneration phase. And then we're shocked why the symptoms change. But by understanding this interconnectedness, everything changes. So write that emotion down and dive into, well, what does that mean to me? How can I shift feeling that way? And you can try this or do this little exercise. It's very quick. Everyone can do that. And the only key is that you start to really listen very quickly, because it comes at emotion. If you feel a certain symptom, the emotion that comes up usually comes up very quick. Our mind might come in, or we might be distracted with other things. But the first thing that comes up usually is a strong connection to that feeling, that energy that is actually stored in that organ tissue. More about all that, obviously, in the webinar, where I show you the whole mental health analysis and therapy wheel and the interconnectedness, and with many examples, real demos, real clients, and really trying to show you why mental health is so powerful, and for me and the hundreds or thousands of mental health professionals in the world, why they're so excited about it. And it's part of their life now, because everything changes if you know mental health. So thank you so much for listening to this short video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the webinar. Sign up if you haven't done it yet. Share this little video or this email with all your friends, with your community, and let's really create a transformational revolution in healthcare based on integrative medicine and mental health. Because from our perspective, from my perspective, mental health is this foundation that allows for a new healthcare system. Thank you so much for listening, and see you at the webinar, and be mental healthy.